Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, my dear students? Hope all of you are doing well at your home. Alhamdulillah, I am also very fine by the mercy of Almighty Allah. Today, I am going to take a class on Pride and Prejudice. Course title 19th Century Novel. And I am talking for the students of honors final year, that is 4th year. So, my dear student, follow me. First of all, I would like to give you some ideas about Jane Austen. Jane Austen was born in 1775 and died 1817. An anti-romantic novelist in the Romantic age. She is called so because of her stern attitude against youthful passion. In her lifetime, she wrote some famous, outstanding novels. Among them, Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Mansfield Park, Emma. So, first of all, I would like to give you some characters from this novel, Pride and Prejudice. The main characters of this novel are Mr. Bennet, Mrs. Bennet, Jane Bennet, Elizabeth Bennet, Mary Bennet, Catherine Bennet, Lydia Bennet, and Darcy. So, my dear students, today I would like to give you the idea about this novel, that is significance of the title of this novel, Pride and Prejudice. So, my dear student, follow me. So, I would like to talk on the topic, the significance of the title of the novel Pride and Prejudice, written by Jane Austen. The answer is like this. The title Pride and Prejudice is very likely taken from a passage in Fanny Burney's popular 1782 novel Cecilia. The novel deals with the gradual union of Darcy and Elizabeth. Shortly after they meet, they begin to diverge because of their pride and prejudice. But in course of time, Darcy's pride demolishes and Elizabeth's prejudice turns into a seasoned attitude, and finally they are best suited to each other for a marital relationship. At the Meryton Hall, when Bingley suggests that Darcy should dance with Elizabeth, he makes the insulting remark that she is tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt him. Elizabeth observes and overhears his remark and feels somewhat slighted and becomes prejudiced against him. Her prejudice against him is strengthened by the lies told by George Wickham, who says that Darcy has deprived him of his father's promised career of a clergyman to Wickham. Further, Colonel Fitzwilliam reveals to her that Darcy is responsible for discussing Bingley from marrying Jane. Elizabeth is agitated over the revelation and hates Darcy as never before for meddling in Jane's life. Though Elizabeth is prejudiced against Darcy, he begins to feel affection for her. His attracted by the beautiful expression of her dark eyes. When Elizabeth was staying with the Collins, Darcy made his first proposal to her. Elizabeth turns down his proposal, accusing him of dissuading Mr. Bingley from marrying Jane and his ill treatment towards Mr. Wickham. In order to defend himself, he writes the letter to her regarding Jane and Bingley. Darcy admits that he persuaded Bingley to give up Jane, for he had the impression that Jane did not really love Bingley. As for Wickham, Darcy states that after the death of Darcy's father, Wickham wished to take up law and give up his claim to Sir's living by accepting in lieu of it £3,000 to use it to study law. Darcy gave him £3,000, but Wickham misspent the money and tried to get more from Darcy, and when that failed, tried to elope with Darcy's sister, which was foiled by Darcy. My dear students, follow me. Now, learning the truth about Wickham and Darcy's frank confession that he has dissuaded Mr. Bingley from marrying Jane, Elizabeth's prejudice begins to melt away. Besides, when she visits Pemberley, the housekeeper, Mr. Reynolds, praises Darcy as a sweet-tempered and benevolent young man. Darcy also plays a vital role in materializing Lydia's marriage to Wickham because he paid all of Wickham's debts and bought him a commission in the army. When Darcy proposes to her for the second time, he says that what he has done in Lydia Wickham affair has done for the sake of Elizabeth. He did it out of his deep love for her. She wishes to know if she has changed her mind after her first refusal. Elizabeth responds that her feelings have greatly changed and that she also loves him. Okay, my dear students, follow me. Darcy admits to Elizabeth that her refusal of his first proposal caused him to examine his pride. While making his first proposal of marriage to Elizabeth, he was sure that she would accept it most readily and promptly. But she had humbled him by rejecting his proposal and made him realize that he was not worthy of her as long as he remained a profound and conceited man. Thus, Elizabeth had taught him a lesson by refusing his proposal, which helps him to get free from his pride. As for Elizabeth, she overcomes her prejudice gradually for Darcy's real affection for her. Thus, the title of the novel is justified. So, my dear students, I have discussed on the significance of the title of the novel Pride and Prejudice. Actually, here the emphasis Jane Austen has given on pride and prejudice. What is the use of pride? How pride and prejudice have been discussed in the plot of the novel Pride and Prejudice. So, I think all of you have understood the significance title of the story Pride and Prejudice. So, this is all from today. Thank you. Thanks. Stay at home. Stay safe. No more today. Bye. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, my students? Hope all of you are doing well at your home. Alhamdulillah, I am also very fine by the mercy of Almighty Allah. Today, I am going to take a class on Pride and Prejudice. Course title 19th Century Novel. And I am talking for the students of honors final year, that is fourth year. So, my dear student, follow me. First of all, I would like to give you some ideas about Jane Austen. Jane Austen was born in 1775 and died